Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro, where we're serving it up hot and fresh. This is your home for healthy, good for you, 5-minute a day, 5-day a week Bible study, studying the Psalms verse by verse. That's Daily Dose Radio in the Bible Bistro. So come on in here, sit down, get yourself something hot or cold to drink. Let's open our Bibles up. Today we're looking at Psalm 138, verse 8. This is the last verse in this psalm. We're just going to treat this verse today. There's some things here that we've seen before, so we're going to see some more of this message that David has penned for us. Now let's just do a little review here. We began the week with his confession, I will praise thee with my whole heart. And as I said at the beginning of the week, this is like we've just walked in on a conversation. He's talking to the Lord here. This is a prayer, and it's modeling for us the kind of conversational prayer we can have with the Lord. I will praise thee, I will worship, I will cry out. When I cry out, you will answer me. Strengthen me. I will praise your name for the loving kindness and for thy truth. So everything he attributes to the Lord, it's all good, it's positive, it's strong, it's truthful, it's biblically centered. David's giving all of this to the Lord. He makes this confident confession in verse 7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. And how does he arrive there? Well, he arrives there because he starts with, I will praise you. Here's my resolution. I will praise you with my whole heart. I will sing praise unto thee. I'll do it before the gods. I don't care who I have to do it before. I'm going to make this a resolution of my life. I will worship toward thy holy temple. You see, that kind of a resolution in his heart. He comes now to 7 and he says, midst of trouble, times of distress, valleys of the shadow of death, whatever I want to call it, when I'm there, you will revive me. Your rod and your staff, they will comfort me. You stretch forth your hands against the wrath of my enemies. You prepare a table in the presence of mine enemies. However we want to frame that, I get there because I've already made my resolution clear. You see, when we hit the midst of trouble and we haven't resolved to walk wholly with the Lord, then trouble is just going to be deepened and magnified. But when we walk with the Lord in the light of his word, then the Lord is going to walk with us and care for us in the midst of trouble because we've already prepared our soul for that. Now verse 8, the Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Thy mercy, O Lord, endures forever and ever. Forsake not the works of thine own hands. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Will he? That's a good question, isn't it? Will he? Have you allowed him to? Is he the sovereign over your life so that he is allowed to perfect that which concerns you? You see, sometimes we think that we're in control of things when we're really not. The Lord's in control of those things. He's in control of us and our lives. He's in control of our growth. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we kick against the pricks. You know, we don't want to go in the direction that the Lord wants us to go in. The next phrase there we've seen before, right? In Psalm 136, thy mercy, O Lord, endureth forever. What was the second phrase, the B phrase in all of those couplets in 136? Thy mercy endures forever. Forsake not the works of thine own hands. Who's he talking about? He's talking about himself. He's talking about the enemies. He's talking about the kings. He's talking about all that the Lord has done. He's talking about all of those things and putting it just in one simple little phrase, forsake not the works of thine own hands. And of course, the work that God has done is the creation of a man and the salvation of that man's soul. And so when the psalmist says here, forsake not the work of thine own hands, he's pointing at everything else, but he's mostly pointing at himself. It's a beautiful psalm. I hope you've enjoyed this week in Psalm 138. Join me next time We'll look at Psalm 139 here on the Bible Bistro. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.